Hi everyone, it's Karen, and it is time for Moving On Up. And we're going to talk about moving our business to the next level. And what's really cool is that I know there's a lot of people on here with different levels with Pampered Chef, but really moving up is the same for all of us. We all have things things that the same things we need to do. Fill up our schedule and add team members to our team. We're going to talk a little bit about that tonight, and I really appreciate the fact that you're on this call and that you want to build your business, and I want to do everything I can to help you. In fact, I think we all each want to help each other, and it's what's really cool about our team. We're all here to help each other. So I'm going to share my screen, and we're just going to talk about a little bit of my little presentation I came up with here. All right, let me see. I'm going to make this bigger. Does it get bigger for you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep. All right. Well, the JoPac team is moving on up. Our goal, if you haven't seen our goals, is to move to the national team level this year. And as we talked a little bit in the onboarding workshop just a minute ago about, again, we all have the things that we need to do, and it's starting new consultants strong. So with that, we're going to talk more about what the requirements of moving up and moving to director is. Now the requirements, this is going to be 4 weeks, and I am encouraging each of you to be on each one of these calls. And but a requirement, of course, is that you desire to build a team and promote to director. And some of you are really new. Renee, I really am excited that you are on the call. And some of these things might be fresh for you, but it will all become clear as time goes on, and we'll work together with any of you to clarify anything we talk about. So I really want you to feel that you have a lot of support, and Gail, like we have Gail's a director, and we're all here to help you. So I really always want you to feel like you'll always give 110% whenever you're on one of these calls and training. Nobody expects you to live, eat, and drink Pampered Chef for 24 hours a day. I want you to exemplify how wonderful a direct selling business is by having time and the freedom to work your business around whatever else you're doing. Our hours are flexible, but they are not optional. If you put off a day of dedicating even 15 minutes to your business, you're telling yourself that your business really is that important. So be willing to spend some time on your business, and when you're working your business, be willing to give 110%. When you're not working your business, give whatever else you're doing 110%, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to be talking with your director, and your director needs to know that you desire to promote to directorship, that you do want to build a team, and working with them one-on-one is really important. And if you need help or support with that, please let me know. We're going to have some calls to action, which are really, we're not asking you to do anything special or create busy work. What we're helping you do is build good habits so that you're touching your business every day with things that are going to grow your business. So be committed to completing them, and of course the time frame will be having it done by the time we have this call next week. It's really important that you build your show schedule. Remember, if you're a live consultant, 8 cooking shows is really what it would take to build your business. But a virtual party, 2 virtual parties is equal to 1 live party as a general comment. All right. So 2 live parties a week, or 4 virtual parties a week, or a combination of that. Are any of you combination consultants? Hi, Lori.
Hi.
Are any of you combination consultants where you're doing some live and some virtual? Okay. All right. So
I do a lot of virtual lately, but I actually don't have any cooking coming up. Not that I don't want to have any. It's just people are more open to virtual lately.
Yeah, it really seems that way, doesn't it? But again,
Yeah,
the rule of thumb is 2 virtual parties equals 1 live party in terms of your calendar and growing. All right. I just want to remind you what the director requirements are, or show you what they are if you're not familiar with that. It's $700 in personal sales, or $5,000 in team sales. 5 team members, 2 of which at least need to be recruited by you. All 5 team members must be active with at least $150 in sales. Again, with your team reaching $5,000 in sales. And of course, all of that needs to occur in the same month. And just so that you understand, those requirements need to happen in order for you to receive the promotion and your team be called a director team. Once that occurs, as long as your team does $5,000 a month, which could be you, or you do $750 and someone else on your team do $4,250, you don't have to have all 5 members selling every month. Any questions about that? Okay. There are so many benefits of being a director, and we're going to talk about some of them. And so you don't have to get as many points for the incentive trips. Actually, that's changing now. That's changed. You're getting points at being paid at your level, which I think is one of the smartest things they've ever done. It's really cool. So, but you get $250 in PC Capper money. You get $100 in professional development, which is really nice because Pampered Chef is investing in your professional development. And actually, that's available to a team leader as well. So professional development starts at the team leader level. Somebody might want to mute themselves out, please. Some background noise. So if you've got team leaders in your team, make sure they know that they can, as long as they have the title, they get $100 in professional development. You get a 3% pay increase on personal sales. You get 3% on team sales. You get a $10 activity bonus for everyone who does at least $150 on your team. And of course, you get new products every season, in case you did that. Did you all know that? So yes. If you, Gail, tell what it's like to get those boxes of free product every month.
Oh my gosh, it's like Christmas, and it happens twice a year instead of just once. Every time we get new products in the fall, and then again in the spring, we get as a director, you get the director package, which includes usually just about everything that's new. And and then too, like all consultants, directors have the option to earn those products again through your sales in the sell-a-thon month. So actually, you can come out with lots of products.
We can double dip. We can double dip.
Yes, you can, and it's pretty cool.
It's a nice benefit. Of course, bookings are the lifeline of your business, and I don't know if you've noticed, but Pampered Chef is really teaching us that for every 4 parties, you want to you want to be developing what you're doing in your virtual parties to have 1 recruit out of every 4 parties, which means that when you're doing 16 parties, I'm sorry, if you're doing 8 live parties, you want 2 developments from there, and 16 virtual parties. I have a typo there. You have 2 recruits. All right. Again, this is just a goal for you to go through. It might take you, a month or 2 to kind of get that, but it's not to put pressure on you, but it's just to say this is what the standard is. This is what we're going to go for. All right. Shoot for 4 virtual parties per week, or a combination depending on your business model, and then 2 team members per month. The thing is that we don't sell for minimums. All right. Everybody wants to know, well, what is the minimum you have to do per month? Well, not too many people sign up to sell Pampered Chef to make $30 a month, right? I'm not seeing any heads going there. And the bottom line is that leaders don't work to minimums. Leaders don't settle for mediocrity. Leaders are stretching to, make a difference for themselves and for their family and for their teams. So don't look at the minimums. Of course, the minimums is it's funny how we're working for the minimum to reach that director level. We want to get to that. But once you reach that level, then of course you want to build on that. Now, the thing about it is the system works, and trust the process. Earlier, we talked about an onboarding. A few minutes ago, we did a workshop on onboarding, which you can watch the video, watch the recording. And putting the system into place, it really does work. And I'm encouraging you to trust the process. I like to use the word fake it till you make it. When I was an advanced director, I had no idea what an executive director did or what it was, but I was pretending that I knew what it was, and I was trying to work accordingly because I knew I wanted to get there. And I really encourage you that whatever your dream is with Pampered Chef, you can achieve it, and you can achieve it pretty fast. Right, Gail? We learned about that this weekend.
Yep.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, Gail and Lori and I and some other of our directors, we went to a retreat this weekend and we learned so much. We came back excited about the possibilities. Okay, so now it's time to really look at your calendar. And if you've been on Sunday night trainings, I go over the calendar quite in detail. Really look at your calendar, especially if you're doing live parties. Mark off when you have personal engagements. And mark off, put your family, this is when you put your family first. And then you can schedule yourself around what's important in your personal life. But highlight the dates you can work. Again, for me, virtual party, I almost don't see any reason really to take time off, even if I'm personally on vacation. I mean, this is my choice. I don't mind checking I'm on Facebook anyway. So I don't mind running even some parties because I'm just checking in a couple times a day. So for me, why not have a few parties every week? Of course, live, I'm going to take off. But your goal is to have every date booked by our next workshop. And I will be coming up with a booking blitz. And I'll be working on it probably Friday and give you the details on that. But we'll run a booking blitz before our next workshop next week. But of course, and I'm going to give you the tools, and your director will give you the tools to make all that happen. Any questions so far? I know I'm going pretty fast.
No questions.
Yes. No questions?
Nope.
All right. So we start with 25 contacts, and some of you might be going, oh my gosh. Well, you want to get into the habit of 25 contacts. Now, Laura, you do this with your team, don't you?
We did really well up until the holiday, and then kind of slacked off, but I really want them to get back doing the 25 two-way contacts because I think it works really well, and for myself too, I need to start doing that again.
Sure, and you know what, and sometimes, that's what the holidays, we start doing things, and then you take a break and you forget what you were doing, and it happens to me all the time, but yep, that's why I'm so happy that you're all in this workshop. 25 contacts a week, when you really think about it, it's not that much. But what you want to do is commit to making 25 contacts a week that someone responds to. Now, that might mean you need to contact 100 people, but you want 25 two-way contacts. It could be a phone call. It can be a Facebook private message or an email that you send and they respond to. The idea is that you're communicating with at least 25 new people a week, and the communication is two-way, not just you reaching out to them. That's very passive. We can't build a business being passive. We have to be.
Here,
yes, go ahead.
and I was going to say, and it's not too hard to do that. I mean, I've been working on mine today, and if you've got a party or two going, you should be communicating with every host that you possibly can, particularly the ones that place an order, and you can get several, and usually they will answer you. So
yeah. Very good. Thank you.
Especially if you send them a text, they usually answer. So, that's your two-way contact right there.
There you go.
So works pretty good.
And they can be new leads like you just mentioned with your party, or they can be past customers that you're reaching out to.
Yep.
But I'm really going to encourage you, and I know that this does take some discipline, but get a spiral notebook, a cheap spiral notebook. If you can see I don't know if I'm coming up on your screen. Where you buy them for 50 cents at Walmart. There you go. You don't need anything fancy. But keep a track of everyone you're contacting, because depending on the type of person you are, you might be contacting me more than you think you are. Or sometimes we think we're doing a lot and we're not. So, but if you put it in black and white, it's easy. And then you can also make notes as to whether you've heard back from them or not. All right, so it's really important that you learn. This is a numbers business. Some of you might not want to hear that, but the more exposure you have, the faster your business is going to grow and the more solid it's going to be. Start with your Facebook friends. See, this might be an idea of a note you could send. Hi, Soshi, I have an X there. I'm beginning a new journey and I'm asking you to be my guinea pig. I am asking you to try a virtual show with the Pampered Chef. Again, for some of you, might be going from live parties to virtual. They're super fun, have games, tips, tricks, recipes, and tools. You'll add your friends to a group page that I set up. Sit back, play the games, make some comments, and enjoy the week with your friends. Just watch the magic unfold. Are you willing to help me out while I totally spoil you with some free products? Okay, that's just an idea one. And really, if you go through Joe Pack and you go through some of your team pages, there's lots of scripts there. And if you need help with the script, just ask. Of course, you always want it to sound like you. You don't want it to sound like Karen. All right, because people don't know Karen; they only know you. And you might be thinking, "Oh, I exhausted my Facebook list," but you'd have to prove that to me for me to believe that. But if you've exhausted your Facebook list, go back to your list of 100. Again, there's, if you think about how many friends you have on your Facebook, anybody know how many friends they have on their Facebook page? Do y'all know how to look for that?
1,300.
1,300. Okay, that's a lot of 25 contacts, right?
Yes,
All right, so
absolutely.
That could last a long time.
Yeah,
I have 564.
there you go.
That's the
And
first
again,
thing I
you know
do when
what?
a host
You're
tells me
not
she
thinking-
doesn't have nobody to invite.
I'm sorry, Lori.
So that's the first thing I look at when a host tells me she don't have
Yep.
nobody to invite.
There you go. Oh, gosh, you're a popular girl.
Or if they don't have any, or if they only have like 20,
Yeah.
they might
Yeah.
not be a good candidate for a Facebook party.
Yeah, yeah, you want to do catalog your life. But
Yeah.
the thing about it is what you're not looking for people specifically to have a show. I mean, you are, but the thing about it is you want people to know you're doing Pampered Chef. And there's really 5 ways, and we talk about that on our Sunday night training. There's 5 ways that you can, get, harvest business from them. But friend referrals, go to your My Contacts and PC and contact past customers. When you're out and about, be friendly. Pampering a business. Again, if you have any questions on how to do these things, just let us know. LinkedIn. I don't use LinkedIn. Lori, do you use LinkedIn?
No.
Okay, a lot of people do. Your holiday card list, a wedding guest list. I love this. Imagine if you were planning a wedding. If you were planning a wedding, your income, your budget would dictate how many people you can afford to invite. But with your Pampered Chef business, you can invite everybody, right? And phone contacts in a family reunion. So there's just some ideas there that you can use to, really think outside the box. One show, one contact can have a huge impact. But remember, the fortune is in the follow-up. And I want to talk a little bit about that. Some of you might feel that it's pushy. Usually when people worry about being pushy, they're not being pushy. Have you ever noticed that? The people who are pushy have no clue they're being pushy.
Yep.
But being timid is just as bad for your business as being pushy. All right? We don't want you to be pushy. You don't have to be pushy. There's a big difference between being assertive and being aggressive. Assertive is someone who's confident about their business, about what they want to accomplish. Some will, some won't. So what? Who's next? You know. Aggressive is a whole different ballgame. So just remember that on the spectrum of assertive or aggressive and timid, in the middle somewhere is where you need to fall. And so really think about that. But because the fortune is in the follow-up. If you're just throwing seeds out there and you're not following up, you're coming off a little bit on the timid side, all right? And you might be missing some great business by not following up. Now, one of the things I like to mention is this is also in JoePack, and I'll put the link out there so that you can go listen to how Stephanie Richardson's 25 contacts changed her business. And I think you might enjoy this training. How to Fill Your Calendar by Marna Ross. I'm trying to find, I don't know if you know, but the Coffee Talk phone number changed, and we lost a lot of the recordings. So I'm trying to find How to Fill Your Calendar by Marna Ross. But I'm going to ask you, if I don't get that for you, you can go anywhere and find some kind of training on bookings. All right, take any kind of training on bookings, and I'll try to come up with a resource for you in the meantime. Now,
be sure you've done everything in Dash too. I mean, there's
correct.
lots of-
Anything to do with bookings in Dash. And one of these days I'll have time to sit down and go to look in Bad Dash and see what you've all done, because I can tell. All right. You can run, but you cannot hide. What I'm going to ask you to do is, I talked about the spiral notebook and you making your contacts, and I'd like you to make 50 contacts before the next call, okay? Because 25 is terrific, but you're telling me by being on this call or being on the Zoom that you want to build your business. And if you want to build your business, you need to be going a little bit more the extra mile. Does that make sense? Does that sound pushy? Am I being pushy?
No.
Because, you know, it's not for me, you guys. This is all for you. This is what you want from your business. We all have goals, and and it's win-win. If you reach your goals, then I reach my goals, and all the other directors and everyone on our team meets their goals. So I want you to, feel comfortable and have fun with it. So with that, we've got a few more minutes. I went through that pretty quick, and I'm wondering if you have any questions. Renee's, I think, the newest person on the call. Do you have any questions, Renee? Anything you learned tonight that you're not sure what that means?
Well, I learned a lot, but right now I don't really have any questions.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going through my list.
Yeah. And the thing about it is that what's great for many of us on the call, we're past our 90 days, so that money is on the table for you. For any of you that are still in your 90 days, that money is still on the table for you. All right. And I want you to know that, of course, when you, when you reach goals and you have a new director on your team, you make a bonus as well as they do. So, and we'll be talking more about that at spring launch as well. Did somebody sneeze? Bless you. Anybody else have
One
a
thing
question?
that's helpful when you're trying
I'm
to
sorry,
find your 25 people, and
I'm
can you
sorry,
hear
I
me?
can't hear you.
So one thing that I suggest doing to find new contacts, new people to contact, like on your friends list, is, the green dot, to start from the bottom instead of the top. Because the bottom we never get to.
That's
and
awesome.
so if you start from the bottom and work up, you're talking to new people.
That's a great, when I've got 3,000 contacts, that's a long, but
Yeah.
no, that's
Take a while to scroll to the bottom.
That's a great tip. That's just a great tip. And and actually, Michelle, you bring up a really good point, because I heard a tip that if you pick 10 people out of that bottom list and go in and like their page for like a couple of days, and then go back in and make a comment, and then that builds your algorithms with Facebook. So if you're not getting as much action on your Facebook page as you'd like, those are some exercises you can do.
Good idea.
Any other questions or comments? Okay.
Karen, you
Yeah.
know the post that you posted where if you would have, like, you could win the products, that the boxes full of
Mhm.
stuff.
Mhm.
You know, I had 4 response. They wanted the free stuff, but they didn't want to have the party in order to get the free stuff.
Well, that
So I'm
well, did the message that you sent them say that they would be put in if they booked a party? Well, okay, that's all right.
It's like they wanted the free stuff, but they didn't want to host and take the time out to have the parties to get it.
Okay, did they not even virtual?
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Well, keep one of the things, and you bring up a really good point, Jennifer. Posting it once is great, and you think that everybody saw it, but have you noticed that Facebook moves really fast? Don't be afraid to post it again.
Okay.
All right.
So just
And ask them maybe, Jennifer, to share it on their Facebook page, and maybe one of their friends would like to do a party.
Good idea, Lori.
Now what now, Lori?
Ask them to share your post on their page,
Uh-huh.
and maybe one of their friends will want to host a party.
Uh-huh.
Love that.
On the same line as that giveaway, I did a Google Doc form or Google form and for a survey, and I did a customer connection email with the same idea that fill out this form, you get entered in for a drawing, a free product, book party, and you get a second entry. And I had a good response from that too.
Very good.
Something else to do. A lot of you send out a message on Facebook and you don't get any answer at all. That ever happened to anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, don't think that just because they didn't answer you that it's a no. Because how many times has somebody sent you a message and you've been in the middle of eating dinner, or you're at work, or you're in the line getting ready to pay at the grocery store, and you cannot answer them right at that minute? But maybe I'm the only person this happens to. But then I forget to go back and answer. So one tip that we learned this weekend at our workshop that the directors went to was wait maybe 48 hours after you message someone, and this is a good reason to keep your list in your contacts that you're making, so you'll know. If you haven't gotten a response, send them another little message. Say something like, hey, just checking. I didn't know. Sometimes Facebook is a little quirky. Didn't know if you got my earlier message. And a lot of times you'll get a response when you send them a second message about it. So try that so that you're not just hanging there with all these people that didn't respond to you. So, because that can be discouraging, I know. So try that. See if
Yeah,
that'll
that's
help.
good.
And I know that sometimes we get so far away from using the telephone, but if you have a telephone number for somebody, pick it up and just say, if you've been Pampered Chef a couple of years, I know my little trick is if I want to build my calendar, I go back to my host from 2 years ago. Because it just seems like that is just a really good, they're ready for sure.
And don't forget about face-to-face contacts too. I went to the post office today to mail a host packet, and guess what? The ladies in the post office saw it was Pampered Chef, and they're like, oh, I haven't seen a book. I said, let me go get you one. I said, I think it's time for you girls to gather up a catalog order together. So I went to the car and brought them in 3 catalogs and left them, and I said, now whoever wants to be in charge will be the host. I'll go back in a few days and see what's happening.
Amy did
That
that in
happened
the
to me.
doctor's office, and she got a pretty good party out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. And the doctor's office, dentist office, anywhere you go, the bank. I mean, there's all these opportunities. So it's not all just about messaging people. Don't hide behind that. Talk to people when you're out and about doing your normal routine. There's people out there. And don't go through the drive-through. Go in the bank.
Interact with people. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm off for the next 3 days, and I'm going to go be visiting some of my shops that I go to.
All right, girl.
Let's
You go. You're going to book.
But
If you go to a dress shop, you're buying a new dress for conference. I need help. I got to find a red dress because I'm going to be a director and I got to wear red.
hey, I
That's
can
it.
shop. I can do some shopping.
Excellent. Any other questions or comments? So who's game? Raise your hand.
Raise your
Wave
hand.
at me. Are you game?
I want to see who's in.
Me too. Me too.
Can you see my hand?
I'm looking.
Deb, do I see your hand?
Yeah, I still see people they have their
Leslie, I
video
don't see
on.
Leslie's face or anything.
Okay,
She's not
yeah.
looking at us tonight.
She probably in her pajamas, and she should
Yep.
be.
She may have that baby.
All right, you guys. Well, again, I'll get a watch Stephanie Richardson's 25 contacts. That is in JoePack if you do a search. Do you know how to use the search button in groups? That's an important thing for you to know. And you can always look at it there. I'll get the link out. And any booking training video, you can even go to YouTube. I know Marna has a booking. It's probably not her best one on YouTube, but she's got so many on YouTube. So, but watch a video on train on. But I look forward to having you all back on the call next week, same time, same place. And I look forward to seeing how exciting, our growth is going to be, because it's going to be a great year. So get on the train and let's go. We're going to be
Sounds
All
good.
righty, thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to be adding quarters every
yeah.
Tuesday for TNT. So let's get some new team members with our fabulous special this month. I'm supposed to be hiding my dinner thing there. I've been at my desk since 3:30 today. So
Have
anyway.
you not eaten dinner yet, Karen?
No, I did, but I was eating here, and like I said, I've been at my desk since 3:30. But anyway, you guys, thanks for being on, and I look forward to working with you. Let me know if there's anything I can do.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Karen.
Thank you. Bye-bye now.
Thank you.